everyone, it's Lisa and
Darcy.
Darcy today. Look who I got, right? She's finally under cover from the boxes of moving, right?
Right. It's been bad.
Yeah, so she's sewing here today at Sit and Sew along with her goddaughter, right? Stephanie.
Yeah.
She's ins and outs of quilting. Has she quilted before?
Oh, Stephanie does tons of different things like that. All sorts of different crafts and different art projects. So
yeah, so
she just did a barn quilt with a big eagle on the front, and her dad just hung it on their barn.
Awesome. All right, so they're here hanging out and bonding before Stephanie goes back to Qatar.
Yeah.
Right? Did I say it right?
You did. Yeah.
Somewhere in the Middle East. I don't really know my geography good. I looked at it yesterday though.
Did you?
I Saudi Arabia. It's something that sticks up.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Did I get it right?
Yeah.
All right.
The big sandbox.
Yeah. So we have lots of things to talk about today. I have so many works in progress. So thank you for coming and joining me and Darcy here today. There's lots going on, but first, Darcy has brought us a real special treat. So this is her icebreaker a lot of times, how she gets people to fall madly in love with her, all right?
I bring it to retreats just because it's like it's kind of a heartwarming thing. But this is my first quilt, and I made it when I was in 4th grade.
Okay, there's more to the story. Just hang on.
So
let's show all its dimension.
Okay.
So it's like this thick, right?
And see, it's very sun faded, but it's stuffed with pantyhose. Because my mom, it wasn't like we were gonna have any craft stores or we weren't gonna take any special trips anywhere, and we had 10 kids. So you just made do. It was that Irma Bombeck thing. What was the make it do? Wear it out. Something or do without.
Do without.
So
what I am most majorly impressed with when I see this is that you didn't throw it up.
Oh.
Like I would have threw this out. I would have been like, I don't want no evidence that I actually, But I am so like, it's so awesome that you do have this. Like when I was dumb and in my 20s or 30s or whatever, I would have threw this out. Not thinking that hey, this is cool.
No, it's
to have.
Yeah, it's a memory. And so
right?
It was something my mom and I had together, and I always thought we would travel around and go to like retreats or go take bus trips. Back then ladies took bus trips, and she said, I'm going to take a lot of bus trips, and she was gone by the time I was 23. So I think that's why I just kept it, because it's the one thing
it's so special
that we did together. So it just made me laugh.
Yeah, it's definitely like like what, like 20 pounds for the square footage here that really weighs
and
a lot.
I used this acrylic yarn and I sewed the pantyhose.
Look at your cross stitching here that you did.
Right?
Yeah, your applique stitches are amazing.
Didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. So you're so awesome, Darcy, for sharing that with us. All right. So I do have some prizes today, and I will announce them as I talk about each one of the projects. So they're kind of related to what I'm going to talk about today. All right, cool. First things first. Ta-da!
Oh, yeah.
Stars all around. I got this baby finished on Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Tuesday?
Tuesday.
I got this finished. It's a little wrinkly right now, but once it's quilted, all that'll go away. That's all that starch, you know what I mean? But so fun. If you didn't do this quilt, you must buy the pattern at the end, because if you have a lot of scraps, it uses such little pieces of the colors and then one background. You can really put a dent in your mini scraps, not your big scraps, but your mini scraps. And I think there's like 208 stars, and I have a ton left over. So the kit must have been very generous, because I have enough to probably do a little table runner maybe with some of them. But this is such a nice feat to get this out from under my sewing machine and onto all this other stuff. I love celebrating a finished quilt, and at the end I get like really geared up. I'm like, okay, I gotta sew this, or hey, if I just stay up and put all the little points on one set, then the next day when I wake up I only have to sew the rows together. So this is really fun and really quite simple, so I can't wait for you to do yours.
Oh yeah,
I cut out all her stars for her. She's just got to color the background. Yeah, so because when you're cutting one, you might as well cut two.
Oh, I know. It was so nice of you.
Right? And I want to talk about cutting two in another thing coming up because I'm thinking, one might not be enough. I might need to have another one. Just, even if I don't do it right away, the cutting, as long as you're cutting one, why not cut two?
Right. Yep.
All right. And I know Lisa Alexander kind of told me that at one time. She goes, as long as I'm cutting out one quilt, I might as well cut out two. And then either give it to her daughter or a friend or whatever. And it really makes a nice gift to give somebody a pre-cut quilt kit.
I appreciate it.
All right. So that's number one. So as long as we're on summer blocks of the week, let's do pumpkin carving contest. And this has been done a while, but I know you guys are just working on this right now, so I thought maybe you'd want another little sneak peek at it.
I love the backing.
I know, this is just amazing. I've seen row 1's done, which is this right here. This is row 2 here. Now this next month you're gonna get row 3 here, which is a big one. So it goes from here to here. So there's 5 total. Look at that big thread on there.
You can't tell it's done in strips at all.
Yeah,
I
no,
can't
you
believe
can't.
it.
I mean,
No.
somewhat, but yet not really. But this quilt is so fun as well. And I had Lois here yesterday, and she's doing it in Tyler's tie-dye. So all the pumpkins will be tie-dye, multicolor, crazy.
She must bring it.
Yes, I know.
have
I
to
can't
see
wait to
it.
see one row laid out. That'll be amazing. All right. I don't have Tennessee Hummingbird. All those kits are sold. You guys doing the English paper piecing are like rock stars in my world because that's a lot of prep and a lot of commitment, hand sewing each one of those babies, but I'm in awe when it happens.
Oh, yeah, I'm seeing strips of those done.
Yeah, like I love it when you post. Please post I mean, even if you just get one block done or you get one set of stuff done, just post. Keep posting.
It's inspiring.
It really inspires people to keep
inspires
going.
everybody to keep going. Or to say, I have that kit. I could start that.
Yeah. And we were going to do a class on Lulu here, but we kind of dropped the ball and got this late, so we thought we'd just show you Lulu quick. If you have never made a Dresden, this is really fun and easy way to learn how to do that without having to do a lot of scraps. It's all the same fabric. And these are just machine applique on. You could hand do it, but Alicia decided to machine stitch it.
It's great.
Yeah. And this is in our series of just one of these things. So Lulu is just one. Okay, I love the pile going. All right, so Oh Say Can You Sew Stitch Along, that's the red, white, and blue one that I'm doing, but I know some of you are doing it in different ways. But I just kind of want to show you, like anytime I've got 15 minutes and I don't have anything going on, I'll walk over to the retreat house and sew some strips. Now right now, I have 70 some. I put them like this in tens, so I know how many I have. But if I can get a whole sheet, I do a whole sheet. If I only can do 3, I do 3. But my blue scraps are down to this. This is the only one left now, so I have to go find some more blue scraps somewhere. But that's why I'm only at 700 at the moment, because that's just where I'm at. But I love seeing your little posts with the triangle papers all ripped off, or in one shape or form. So see how these are just cut apart, and then these are trimmed, but not this way yet. So once I get them all stitched, then I'll start trimming. And again, the same thing. I'll do like one pack at a time when I have some spare moments here and there. One of the ladies who I don't know if I talked to her on the phone or it was over here at the gathering. She's like, I think we need to rename this. I'm like, what do we need to rename? You don't like Oh Say Can You Sew? She goes, no, I love the name, but I think it should say Oh So Behind.
Love it.
So that made me laugh. So as long as we're on red, white, and blue, I want to show you a hog's quilt. But here is our big announcement. We are going to be live on August 7th. That's a Sunday at 11 Central Standard Time. So that's Chicago time. That's what time we're going to go live, and our bike is going to be giving away to Nick. His name is Nick. We know that.
Okay.
On Monday, we will post all the details about Nick and why he deserves this bike so much. But he also is going to get a quilt, and so are his buddies. But this is what I really wanted to show you. Look what Roz down in shipping is doing. Like, she'll just pop in all the names while she's here, and her embroidery machine punches that out. So these are the people whose blocks are in this quilt, and then assembly and finishing. So when we had a day of finishing, these are the girls that help piece the blocks all together, and then the guys got the primitive gatherings quilting if they did that.
Oh my gosh, it's with a machine. It's not.
It's all machine embroidered.
Wow.
Like where you're from and your name.
Very cool.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That was a great idea.
And we've had volunteers come and sew binding on. We are doing really well. I think we will definitely make our 30, but let's just show this one. So how beautiful is that for them to get that day?
So this is Nick's quilt?
No.
Is this the one he's gonna get?
No.
Oh, okay.
He gets mine.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
He gets mine.
All right.
But if you're around here on the 7th and can come watch this in person, I want the quilters to hand the guys the
that's
quilts.
fun.
Not just me. I want anybody who has participated in some way, shape, or form to hand over the quilts to the veterans. And we'll just do like a mass, line them up. We'll probably know by then how many are there, and we'll give each quilter who wants to present, and we'll just, when I present Nick his, then the girls will,
Fun.
or the guys will present with me. So how cool is that? We are so
fun.
excited about that. All right, so let's knock a few other projects out of the way. Do we have any questions at any time right now?
Jess is handling them.
Jess is handling them. Okay, so Jess is at home and she is answering some of your questions, but keep commenting. Who is picking winners for prizes?
I got a winner right now for you.
You got a winner? Okay, so just give it to me, and when I talk about one of my prizes, I can give away triangle paper. Since you are probably going through most of your triangle paper, Christy Murnahan, this is your triangle paper. If you're not doing this quilt along, oh well, there's lots of quilts with triangles in them, right? We have another one too, if you have another. We have 2 triangle papers today. Mary Bongers, I know her. This one we don't have to mail. We'll just put that give this to Judy. She comes to sit and sew a lot. Hi, Mary. You should be here with us, stitching.
She will be.
Yes. And eating lunch. Okay, I'm looking at my other prizes here. Okay, I got that and I got that. All right, so if you want to just hang on to these. I just want to show you I am current and up to date on my Moda blockheads. This is the newest one that just came out this week. Robin Pickens blocks. So I'm doing 9 inches and the 4.5 finish. So these are 5 right now. But look at them all. They're so sweet.
They're adorable.
Yeah, so we'll show them to you.
Oh, this one's got some little pieces.
Yep. No problem, right? Triangle people, you're not afraid anymore. I showed you how to do these. Very simple. So if you don't have time to do this, make sure you download the blocks. Look at, that's a berry. That's a Moda blockberry.
I have that one printed off.
They're so
Adorable.
cute. Heidi, we're messing up the order.
I just was like,
I'm sorry.
Heidi takes care of
It wasn't me.
putting these on my board for me, and we're just messing them all up. We're not going to show you all the 9 inches, but there's a 9 inch to match each one of these 4.5s.
So you put these in 2 different
No,
projects?
they're going to go in one
Oh,
quilt.
fun.
Yeah, so Moda has a setting on their archives for Moda Blockheads 4, and I picked number 3 because it was fabulous. And I want to do my orange background, and then they have like kind of almost log cabin-ish between like strips with cornerstones on them, so it incorporates the little ones and the big ones.
I can't wait to see it.
All right. So that is super cool. Let's do this one next. All right. We have a very, very, very limited number of these boxes left to go out. They are going to go out sometime before the middle of August. I don't want to say the first week just in case, because sometimes we get things ready and then the post office doesn't come for 2 or 3 days to pick it up.
Right.
So that's the problem that we have with some of our shipments when we say, oh, it's going out, the first week, and then it doesn't get picked up until the next week. But this is the beautiful box that the holiday stuff comes in. Now in this box, it's all holiday items or Christmas themed. So we do this so you can get presents ready. Now, this is just a little peek of one of the projects. I'm not showing you the end. I'm not showing you much more because I've given a little hint. But this is in there as one of 6 projects that I created for this box. Not counting all the other goodies. I think there's like 10, 12 things going in this box. You are going to love it. It is only $100 if you can pick it up, $105 if it has to be shipped to you, and it is well over, I did blow the budget on there, so it is well over $150.
I got
Seriously.
mine last night.
You succumbed, didn't you?
I sure did. Well, I was here, luckily. I saw a couple things.
And you're like, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really nice because there's one project that kind of has 3 parts that you can put together as a triplet, or you can, give them as separate gifts too. I think that was like the over the top edge for
Very
some
cool.
of those
Yeah.
people when they saw that. So if you come here, you hang out here, sometimes you get a behind the scene peek more so than I give you guys.
A little more temptation.
Yeah.
Than you could stand.
But once these are shipped, if we do have any left, which I don't think we're going to, but then they become full price. So get it now while it's still really reasonable. I don't ever want to say cheap, but reasonable. And we do that because when we put them out in volume, we want to reward you guys for hanging out in our subscription boxes. But this is not a subscription. This is a one-time box that we do on special occasion. And we decided to do it now so you can have all the projects done by the time Christmas comes.
Right.
Or started in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but you could, the way that
Oh,
they
yeah.
are.
I did them in like a week, so.
Yeah, they're great. And I just was lucky enough to be here during that time.
Yeah. So speaking of subscription boxes and shipping, Brenda from the picking department downstairs told me that because of our huge 2-week fabric sale, our packages are, when we have to cut fabric, it takes a bit longer to find those fabrics, get them all situated and out the door. So our lead time might be a little bit longer than normal. So if your package is taking a little bit longer, know that that's normal right now with that big fabric sale when having the 25% off. Okay? All right. Now, we're still on subscription boxes. Here is our quilt box. I show the ongoing project. This is called Revel. So the box that just went out had pink and red in them. So these are the ones that you have at home that you're working on. These might be future. The blue and the green. So this is Revel. You get 4 fat quarters in your box, and the people pick their background, and mine just happens to be this nice medium to dark gray. It's not charcoal, but it's a nice dark medium. And I haven't decided how I'm finishing this yet. So I don't know if these are worthy to be put with these or if this should be 2 quilts. Got any ideas? What would you do? Would you put these both in one quilt? Or would you make 2 quilts? One mini and one big. I can't wait to read your comments on that. All right. Let's talk about the cruise. Oh. We are both going on a cruise that I think I paid my money in 2008 for. So it's been canceled 3 times, and now we're finally going to get to go. But I want to show you our 2 cruise projects. I haven't named them yet. And yes, you will be able to order these someday. But this is one, oh, sorry, Miss Vanna. Yep, those are my pieces and parts. You
Okay.
see that?
Yeah.
All right, so let's show them. I didn't have any stitching on this yet. I'm hoping to maybe do this next week coming up, but it's all fused down. Here, I always try to cut extra berries or extra pieces just in case I would lose one, and I just attach them right to the quilt because you never know, some of these might pop off while I'm manhandling it. But this is going to be super fun for our cruise people.
Oh, I did it wrong.
All right, and there's all my instructions and all my threads. So see how I use these little dollar store baskets to keep my projects all kind of organized? I don't want to say it's perfect, but darn, it sure helps me just grab this to go to sewing. All right, so this one is project number 2 for our cruise. And I'm going to ship these to our cruise people about a month before the cruise so they can get this all laid down. These are going to come pre-cut. All they're going to have to do is fuse them to the background and come with their threads and ready to stitch on the cruise ship. Again, look for these if you like them. They will be on sale after we get more information and stuff like that. All right, let's touch on the wool subscription box. This is an ongoing project for our wool box. Our wool subscription is shipped every other month on the odd numbers. So look at how bright this one is. You know what I'm going to do with this one? I'm going to get out the Instant Antique and dull it down a little bit. But the stitching kind of dulls it down too.
See what it is?
I already did it on this one. I can tell you that right now. This one was super bright and I already dulled it down. And again, I'm not quite sure how I'm finishing this. I have an idea in here, right here, but I don't know if I'm sold on it yet. Got time to think about it. Okay, let's talk about that one right there. This goes 2 different ways, so I'm going to talk about that later. I just started cutting out a quilt for my next fabric line, and we haven't really talked about this one much. This is a quilt called Bear Paw. It's only 2 fabrics, or 3 fabrics. 1 cream and 2 reds. Now we are recreating an antique quilt here. So here I wanted to show this for a reason. So there, see that? So in our directions, we give you directions for triangle paper, or if you just want to cut squares, cut them in half and sew them back together. And we give you the exact diagram here on how to cut your triangle paper. Now I have 9 sets to do, so I cut 9 papers, and then I have a stack here of the light, a stack here on the red, and I'm going to put these 2 together. I'm going to pin one of these sheets to the light. The light always goes on top. So see how I got that just perfect, just a little bit around each edge. And then I'm going to do the path. And just like that, these half square triangles are going to be done. And then I have the other parts cut for the bear paw blocks, which, like I said, we called it Bear Hug. Kind of a fun name. And I am testing this pattern as I make the quilt. Aren't these fabrics gorgeous? So this is a beautiful red print for my blocks and my borders, and this is for the sashing.
Beautiful.
Isn't that nice? All starch, you can kind of tell how stiff it is. I just finished one called Cherry Swirl. You haven't seen me talk about this very much, but coming up I'll be talking a lot about red and white gatherings. So how fun is this line going to be? This should come in about October, just in time for our red and white quilt challenge. So hopefully everybody's inspired by all the red and white that they want to buy more red and white, right?
That's right.
Okay. All right. Next. Show them these. All right. So I am working on the finishing for the freebies.
Oh,
Aren't they cute? These are the free blocks that you got when you did the summer blocks of the week, which is this quilt, pumpkin carving, and the Tennessee hummingbird. That's one of the deals we do when you do our summer projects is you get another little project with it.
oh, they're very cute.
Yeah, they are cute.
These kind of remind me of the ones that, but in fun color too, for the Thankful Life that year.
Oh, yeah.
Loved that one.
Yeah. So there are 12 different flowers here. I'll let Darcy show you. And I'm going to kind of give you, this is going to be the center. I don't want to give it away because now this will be a finishing kit that anybody who has them will be able to purchase. But these will be going around this. Okay.
Very cute.
And that's just a little sneak peek for my people who have these. Know that I am working on it. And as soon as we send out your last shipment, we will put in there the link for the finishing kit. And I will have it done.
So if you didn't do the summer block of the week, can you cheat and get this later?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. Then we run it as another pattern
Yeah.
later on. And we always overcut. So we will
Yeah.
have kits for them as well.
It's a perfect size. It's
Right.
just a nice
It is a nice size. It's probably only going to be about this big.
Yeah.
Kind of a nice size. All right. Okay. One more thing, I think. That's it. Now, I hope all of you have heard about the sew along called Letters for Santa. Now, I just want to just get my stuff here organized for a minute. Hold on to that, Darcy. Okay. All right. So this is right here. This is what Moda put out on a couple days ago. I think on the 25th of July, if you go to the Moda blog, you will see Letters for Santa, and it's a quilt using words from our alphabet quilt pattern. So we thank Moda for coming up with this fun thing. I think Thelma Cupcake had a lot to do with that too. So I think we're going to be sending Thelma a little gift card for the store because we are selling tons of this pattern. And what's really great about it is not only do you get the pattern and if you want to sew the words exactly how Moda does, that's all here for you. Or if you want to plan your own words, like maybe you want to change your words, maybe you want different words, maybe you want to do holiday movies, maybe you want to do baking stuff, whatever you want to do, they give you this cool sheet where you can plan out your words. So then I did this last night because I sewed Joy last night because here's all my fat quarters all starched and ready to go, and I forgot how fun the letters were to make. I thought this was going to be a lot harder, but it really was fast. And I did this in less than an hour. Cutting it out and stitching it, I don't think that was bad at all. So then I got a little bit more creative. So I went from this to kind of planning out colors. And I love the ones with the dark backgrounds and the light words. So those are in my boxes here. And I picked words like holiday, cheer, poinsettia, tree, elf, candy, believe, wreath, wishes, ho ho ho, Merry Christmas, family, joy, presents, magic, Jesus, sweater, gingerbread, stocking, star, wise men, Santa, Noel, and ornaments. Now, that's a lot of letters, right? But like I said, they go pretty fast. And I found out like everything is kind of based on 1.5 inches. So if you cut a lot of 1.5 inch strips, it's going to make things even a lot funner. So, it's a lot of stitch and flip. So when you see, where's my J? So here's the J. I just want to just kind of show you one letter. So all you're doing is sewing a square across the corners on a lot of those, and it's really simple and really fast. One thing I do want to point out, if you do get this pattern, don't use these measurements to cut use these measurements up here, cutting sizes. Because guess what I did last night? I cut the first block according to them. So just saying, you know, I don't always read my own pattern. Isn't that funny? But then, like today when I was cutting out my red and white quilt, these will be awesome 1.5 inch strips or 1.5 inch squares for that as well. I know we have bundles, a place where you can order some Christmas fabrics on our website. You would look for Letters to Santa if you want to grab any of those bundles that we have. And you can order red bundles, green bundles. But I thought this would make awesome just red and white letters and words.
That would be really cool.
But this isn't coming until October. But I think I'm going to do different words again with just a red and white quilt pack. So I had that idea as I was using some of those just to do a bunch of words in red and white. And if you look on Moda's post, they give you a lot of ideas on different words to make on your quilt. All right, different colorways, different words. So super fun. Moda did an excellent job at putting this together as a quilt along for us. Just another thing, it's really fun when you do a little bit at a time and all of a sudden, there you go, you got enough to do your whole quilt. So super fun. This is a download as well. And you need this pattern, and this little description here helps you do this. Because it talks about your spacers in between the letters. See how these don't have spacers in between there? So this little information here, which is on the Moda site, that you can free print, but you do need the pattern. That is a purchase pattern. Download or printed pattern we can send you. Shops also have this in their stores, so if you have a local shop, you might want to ask if they have it as well. But super easy and super fun. Don't be afraid of this. All right, so keep all that together. I gotta find a bigger bin for this one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so guess what we have to give away? Miss Heidi, do you have 2 more people for me? All right, Teresa A, you are a winner. Want to put that in there for me, dear?
Yep.
And Mimi Patton, you get one as well. So you can use your collection, or you might want to start shopping for Christmas fabrics if you don't have any. And I really love making quilts with just red and cream and regular fabrics. They don't have to have Christmas motifs on them. So don't think that you have to have Christmas fabrics to make a Christmas quilt. Moda also did one in Bella Solids. So I think that's pretty cool too. One more mini charm of red and white. Remember, this isn't out in the world yet. It only is.
Oh no.
It only is here. This is not coming out till October. So if I have one more winner, and then I'm going to ask if we have any questions that I might need to answer. Okay.
Well, they want to know when you sleep and how your brain doesn't explode. I've had several people asking me.
It's just so fun. It's just so fun when you're not just stuck doing this all the time, right? I mean, I don't want to say I get bored easy, but I like to move. Like, I like to set up, like, okay, I need to get this done today. I need to get this many triangles done today. I need to do maybe a word. So I set up in my book what I want to accomplish that day. And for some reason, sometimes my days get hijacked, just like yours do, and I don't get everything done on my list, but then it goes to the first thing the next day. And I really do plan out time to stitch every day, because that's what I'm good at, and that's what I need to be doing. So I'm not signing paychecks. I'm not doing any of that other stuff. Yes, I'm a business owner, but I try to do what keeps my business viable, and that's creating new things. Even if I'm not designing everything, I don't want to miss out on a cool quilt along like Letters to Santa. Even though I should be doing other things, I still want to be able to do fun things. And as long as I'm doing, and everything I do is fun. Let's just get that straight. So it's hard for me to stop at the end of the night, I'm telling you. Most of the time it's just because I'm dead tired and I just can't think about anything anymore. But when you love what you do, because I know all of you would want to quit your job and just stitch, right? I know that you all would do this if you could. And if you still make it fun, it's not work. All right, I just got oh yeah.
That's some good
So I
news.
think we find, sometimes when you're running a subscription, people drop out and they start up and they, people have, we say, okay, if you need to jump out of the box at this point, because sometimes people lose their jobs. Sometimes they don't have enough disposable income when you're putting $125 worth of gas in your car. We get that. All right. So if you had to bow out of the box for a while or come back in when you can, we have some openings, the girls said, in both the Quilt Box and the Wool Box. So look on our website for the subscription boxes, the Quilt subscription box and the Wool subscription box. Put that in the search engine if you want to jump on with us. And yes, you're able to go back and maybe purchase some of the previous box items to finish the ongoing
off your
projects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when we're at Sit and Sew and we show people, they're like, oh my gosh, I really want to do that. And then they go back and get the extra pieces to complete the ongoing projects.
Yeah.
We're pretty good about that. All right, Mike, Claire, you are the winner of the mini charm
That nobody else has.
that nobody else has yet. I can't give this away yet. This is just too precious yet. But if you want a prize, make sure store at Primitive Gatherings. I'm sure you've seen Kaylee flash it above the screen there. Thank you for giving up some of your sewing time today
It was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun to come back up
and
do
sharing your quilt.
This. Oh God.
Wasn't Darcy's quilt
That
awesome?
makes my laugh.
It does. It's a good fun thing to see how far you've come.
Yeah, it's an icebreaker for retreats or
Yeah.
whatever.
Because like I said, everybody instantly loves you when you do that. So, and what's not to love, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
So Darcy just lives officially now.
Right.
I think it's 5 houses down.
5 houses down from
5
me, so-
houses down. So we'll be sewing a lot. But I have to be careful because when I invite Darcy to stitch at night, it gets pretty late sometimes. It goes pretty fast.
I have to be told what time it is.
Yeah. I'm like, Darcy, it's 1. I think I got to go to bed now. But when you have somebody to
Yeah.
chit chat with, and she always keeps me up on current events, and sometimes there's a lot to talk about.
We yammer a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
it's
good
great.
at that. And sometimes I just sit there and stitch, and she just keeps talking. I know right now I'm doing all the talking, but when we're at my house, the roles change.
I'm Ed McMahon to her Johnny Carson today.
Yeah, but thanks for coming on. All right, everyone, that's all the works in progress. I hope you're stitching on some of these things. They're super fun, and you make it all possible. You allow me to do this, and I so appreciate that. So until next Thursday, live at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here, Lisa Bongean's YouTube. All right, everyone, take care.